If you ask a car nut about their favorite list of cars, there are chances to have one BMW at least, and it could be either a E30 or maybe E36. It may not be with their experience they're talking this car, but with the knowledge they gained about the sportiness and character of those cars. What I bought today is the successor of that car. It's a 4 Series, but it's not an M4. It's the most affordable 4 Series available in the market. In fact, 4 Series is actually the coupe and cabriolet format of the 3 Series, which most of you may be aware. And after making it a 4 Series, how does it feel in this new avatar as a basic trim is what I'm going to check today. So my Flywheelers, welcome to Flywheel. Before we go into the detail of the most affordable 4 Series, I want to ask you if you're subscribed to our channel. If you're not done yet, please do subscribe and click the bell button so that you will get all the updates from you as soon as we upload it. Attractive, right? A lot of people think that this logo is derived from their connection with the flight engines or plane engines, but no. This is actually a Bavarian flag. Most of them would know because white and blue was the Bavarian flag color, and there was an ad actually released long back those days, which was like propeller rotating, and in between the sky was seen. So that people think is right. That's been the logo's inspiration. No. So anyway, we start from something below this logo, the huge kidney grill. There's been lot of changes came on the kidney grill treatment now. Basically, BMW retained their kidney grill, but the shape, size, and even the carving of the grill has been different. With this 4 Series, it has actually brought a big one, huge one of the biggest. But still, there is the 7 Series over there. But you can see it is different from the 3 Series. So, major different from 3 Series was the grill, which was initially not well accepted by many of them. But I liked it. But now I love it because it has grown on me. And the treatment, the vertical slack has been changed into these kind of metal details, which is again an M element because nowadays you can see the M element. But otherwise, not like the other BMWs, the rest of the silhouette has been retained as BMW. But one thing missing is the corona ring on the DRL. It's now vertical slacks. Since being a M body kit car, you can see an M element like the bigger air vents, but there are a couple of air vents which is not really air vent, it's a design element. Coming onto the side, one attractive thing is it's got an 18-inch wheel and it's a 5 twin spoke and it's an M wheel. But these were not the M wheel which you used to get because BMW were known for making one of the best wheels. Some more, I think that again is missing. There are few good wheels available, but this is not the best one. M logo is for the body kit. You can see that curvature. It looks very attractive. This silhouette is again a sporty silhouette. The character is amazing. There's a mild dynamic line on the door and there's a hip formation which look attractive. And rear 3/4 seems to be the best side of the car because BMW's L treatment, horizontal tail light with split one are seen. Very engaged bumper with diffuser design and 2 round exhaust. Slide spoiler is very attractive and electrically opened boot. You can see our bag has been packed, so it's good enough for a weekend luggage or maybe a bag and a golf bag. It's good for 4 people's luggage basically. And inside you can see it's a 2+2 seater, which I'll explain you more. This again is an attractive denim blue color, which I really liked. How do you feel the design and color? And among the present BMWs, which one is your favorite? Please comment. Unlike the exterior, interior is typical 3 Series. You can see all the design elements carried on from the 3 Series because it's actually the coupe format of that. Before we go into detail, I had to thank Mr. Ranjit who has provided us this car. He's a good friend. So he's been a friend and supporter. So thank you so much, Ranjit, for lending your car for a day. And when you look at the design, it's always a driver-centric dashboard being a BMW design and it's been retained. with a curved twin screen which has infotainment as well as instrument console. Infotainment is the BMW iDrive system updated one. For those BMW's customers and fans who used to the system, is quite easy. Maybe for the newcomers it may feel little sophisticated, but the advantage I've seen is everything is on touch, but you have supportive buttons over here, and BMW is the only manufacturer who retain the rotary knob, which they said they will be retaining it. And the rotary knob is also good, looking good, and it's got a glass finish, and on the green selector you can see a crystal element. And few other supporting buttons are also praised here, which is quite good. It's actually a good thing to retain some of the button because everybody is not that used to touch screen. Unfortunately, the climate control is on the screen, which is, I think, you should have retained on the buttons, because for the music system you have the buttons over here, but you could have filled the climate system over here instead of the music system. But again, it's all up to you. What you prefer, you can share. Coming back to the design and dashboard, you can see driver-centric design, but the material used is a mix. There's a metal woven trim which look good and has been continued here. Here you can see the soft plastic with a leather kind of a finish, and there is a leather on the sides of this center console where your knee gonna touch. But some of the plastic, especially here, it looks cheaper, and other areas you feel little premium than this one. And on the seat you can see a burgundy color which match very well this interior, and this M steering wheel is bold enough. This car is actually 2+2 seat. Front is good enough for any kind of order, even up to 6 foot. Rear is good for those guys who are up to maybe 5'6", 5'7", or will be great for kids. If you are having 4 adults, if you're shorter guys can sit in the back, at least a small distance travel will be fine. Suspension felt a bit hard compared to the recent Maserati Gran Turismo we did. It's also same layout. That seat was a bit cramped in the rear for that, but this one seat is good, but suspension is a bit hard. Rest of the things I think it's better we check out on the drive. So guys, I'm driving the 420i, which is not M4 for sure. It's a basic engine variant, but this 2-liter twin power turbo is good enough for 184 bhp and 350 Nm of torque. It's mated to 8-speed gearbox and it's rear wheel driven. It's a good combination. It's tickling combination for most of our petrol heads, because whenever we want to have some little more fun in a legally manner in a closed atmosphere, you can do with that 2-wheel drive behind. If you really want to push, you can shift on to one of the mode, which is sports mode. Within this camera I can only push this much, but it is responsive. It's quite responsive because once I shifted onto the sport mode itself, the engine growl and the nature changed a bit, and the gearbox is quite good. It's very responsive. Downshifts are amazing, upshifts are also very smooth. So that is one thing I'm good about this powertrain. But having said that, we are missing one big element, which is the Sporty exhaust not from the M exhaust or any kind of Sporty exhaust. So that is missing. There's no replacement for that, but there are real exhausts behind, which unfortunately we can't enjoy. What you can really enjoy is the growl from this small 2-liter 4-cylinder, which is what we can get the best from this. But what I really enjoyed is the dynamics of this car. I'm sitting on the comfort mode. Apart from that, there is the Eco Pro also, which is not required now. But I really loved about this car is the dynamics, chassis management and body weight ratio. So BMW's magic 50-50 ratio has been maintained. Suspension is tuned in a way that we can really push the car to its limit with confidence, and steering plays a big role on that. Steering and speed sensitive is very good, and brakes also for this power is quite adequate. But the flip side of that is that you can feel a bit harsh ride, especially in this small back seat, because I was benchmarking it with my cousin Habil. He was with me for both these drive of this one and Maserati Gran Turismo Trofeo, and both the cases he was sitting in the back, and he could feel a bit of harshness or damp from this suspension compared to the Maserati, because that one had a air-filled suspension, but this is again a normal suspension. You can't adjust the height. But on practical note, this suspension is having a decent ground clearance where we don't have to bother about any kind of humps of these roads. But in case of Maserati, we had to be careful, we had to slow down. Maybe in some cases we had to raise the car, which is available in that, but still that effort is still remaining. And here this is hassle free. The ergonomics are great, driver centric dashboard, the Bolt M steering, and if you want you can open the sunroof, which I'm not doing because it's quite hot outside. And seating position is also amazing. It's not too low, not too high. You can really enjoy the drive in this car. And in case if you want to take it out for a spin with your spouse, friend, family, is good enough. Consider the rear seat is not that big for big adults, but the co-passenger can really have a good drive. Bit of harshness and bit of NVH, bit of road noise and wind noise is there. Once again, thanks Ranjit for lending your beauty for a night and a day. So I'm really enjoying it, and I'm on one way back to drop the car. So what you felt about this 4 CDs, and how did you find this, and what will be your choice among this segment of cars? Do let us know in the comments. Please do like and share the video. And once again, I remind you to subscribe this channel if you're not done yet, and click that bell button to get notified whenever we host a new video. So for now, please enjoy the rest of the visuals, but I'm going to enjoy the last bit of the ride. Until we meet next with another new machine, stay tuned and happy wheeling.